Well, for what I have been doing was more likely of like drinking my teas with adding in ginger and also turmerics. And not only just that though, because there's actually other herbs that I've actually read about that were saying things about like how they could like help reduce seizures by like drinking teas and stuff of like ancient scientists things that I've read about online. And it's just stuff that I've been trying throughout these months, but I will admit it has lowered down my seizures because compared to how my seizures were last year for me being on like multiple medications, I was on like four different medications last year, and now I'm only on one medication and more likely on herbs for the vitamins that they're actually, well, vitamins that I'm taking, and only one of the vitamins that they have me on is folic acid, and the vitamins that I'm on, which are just herbs. um and I was actually surprised on throughout these months, throughout this past year, it's actually lowered down my seizures. And I was like, wow, that's actually wonderful. And I'm actually glad for that, for the teas that I've been making and for the foods that I've been also eating, and also how I've been cutting down on processed foods because I've actually found out from a document that I found online too from another doctor that was involved with epilepsy. But he was stating that processed foods, artificial foods, actually can interfere with epileptic medication. But none of the doctors ever stated that to me throughout all these years. And I've been eating processed foods, I've been eating artificial foods, and all types of foods like that. And that's mainly why I was so serious about my diet throughout these last couple of years, because I was like so serious and like, like official about that, about what I was really eating and whatnot, and trying my hardest to more likely just eat like, whole foods and um like, natural foods and organic foods, mainly only because of what I found out about that. And just for me finding out about that, and after that year of me actually doing it, it lowered down my seizures more too. And I was actually surprised at that one also. And I was like shocked out of my mind. Like, wow, so many different things that I actually figured out just from working on with my body. That's what lowered down my seizures, not what the doctors did. Because from the brain surgery and the medications, those only like freaking multiplied my seizures, complexed my seizure, worsened my seizures, and did nothing better for my seizures throughout these years. But so far, for what I've done to my body myself, was just working on my body, more likely making sure I was actually nutriencing my body, caring for my body, working on my body, making sure I was actually caring for my body, and centering my body, grounding my body and everything. Just like, to make sure that I was actually freaking healthy, because the doctors never really actually paid attention to anything of that until I really actually looked into it. And I was actually shocked out of my mind that none of the doctors ever brung any of that stuff up. That none of that stuff actually interfered with epilepsy. And I was like, wow, surprising.